So at this point in time, we now know that there have been at least 2 cases. Dahvie Vanity sexting a minor and grooming them. In one of the cases, the girl only stopped talking to him 5 days ago. 5 fucking days ago. This is happening right now. Right fucking now. And wow, this wasn't a few years ago. We're not talking about Jesse Slaughter, you know. I think when we think about Dahvie Vanity, that's what comes to mind, right? The Jesse Slaughter case. So maybe we start thinking that, hey, this is over, this is done. When it's not. When it's fucking not. There are still people who think that Dahvie Vanity is innocent. There are so many posts on Instagram with hashtag Dahvie Vanity is innocent. It's insane. And I'm glad that, you know, this girl stopped talking to Dahvie and she's safe now. But it's insane. Like, this just happened. I can't wrap my mind around that. He isn't like laying his head low. He's still out there. That is insane to me. Anyways, there's also another 16-year-old who was being groomed by Dahvie Vanity, and Dahvie was supposed to fly her out to meet her, but the only reason why that didn't happen is because of coronavirus. Like, the only thing that saved this girl, so to speak, is the fact that we're having a global pandemic right now. So here are the texts from this girl who was being interviewed by Pastel Bell. She says here, and I agreed to meeting up at first before this. And he said, it really sucks, it's quarantine now. We can't have fun. Like, thank God it is. And at the time, by fun, I thought he meant go to movies or something, but no. Yes, and he said after quarantine that he was probably going to come visit California anyways, and asked what I would do if I saw him. And just, I'm really happy I saw this stuff before I continued to talk to him. And I didn't know what he meant. All he asked was if I was a good student. And I just said like, sure, I have decent grades. And he said he was going to teach me stuff, but I didn't get it. Now I do. So that is something that other victims' story have confirmed, that this is how he fucking goes after young girls. This is what he does. This 36-year-old man is still out there and still taking advantage of young girls. So these are the texts between Dahvie and this 16-year-old girl. And these screenshots are taken from the channel Pastel Bell, who interviewed this person. If you look at these texts carefully, you will see that, hey, these texts don't look that bad. I mean, they are very like PG, there's nothing sexual going on here, there's nothing that's been going on here. I mean, even here she says, but he didn't seem like a creepy old guy. He seemed friendly and younger. And yeah, these texts, I can see why she would think that way. And it also makes sense from Dahvie's perspective, because Dahvie is under quite hot water at this point in time. So it makes sense why he wouldn't want any text messages that would implicate him in another grooming scandal. So that makes sense from Dahvie's perspective as well. However, if you look at this, holy fucking shit! More than 20 calls from Dahvie. More than fucking 20! That is crazy. This is a 36-year-old man who is calling this 16-year-old 20 times. More than fucking 20 times. That's a red flag in my opinion. Now here's the thing. Even though the text messages were very PG and there was nothing really to them, in the video calls, Dahvie would emotionally and psychologically manipulate this girl in the calls. He wouldn't do it over on text because then it leaves a trail of evidence. He would do them in calls so that no one has proof that it happened. For weeks, he would talk to this girl from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. This girl is a high school student, and she, a 16-year-old girl, is talking to this man who is 35 years old for over 7 hours each day. That is definitely a red flag. Like, that's not normal fucking behavior. And I believe that he did this because it is easier to emotionally and psychologically manipulate a person when they are tired. I don't remember who exactly said this, but I remember a victim of grooming who said that if she was in the right headspace, she would not have exposed herself to her predator. So that's what I think is going on here. I don't remember who exactly said that, but that's what I think is going on here. And in these video calls, he was doing shit like this. Let me read it out to you guys. First of all, he asked to see my tits. He says he has a crush on me and all around creepy shit. Oh my god. And he knows you're 16? But he kept saying that if I wasn't a spy, quote unquote, I would do it. Yes, I made it clear many times. It's even in my bio. No, just friendly flirting, like I've shown you. He only got sexual on video chat. No, I didn't screen record. I didn't know about all these accusations at the time, and he was hinting at it the whole time. So I did for a split second, and he said to do it again and show the full thing, or I was a spy. That is very manipulative. That is so fucking manipulative. He's a fucking 36-year-old man who is doing this to a 16-year-old. Who is saying to a 16-year-old, if you don't show me your breasts, by the way, that's what this means. If you don't show me your breasts, you're a fucking spy. That's a manipulation tactic so that she, a 16-year-old, feels guilty for not exposing herself to a 36-year-old fucking man. I feel like this happens in every single video. I start recording a video, calm and collected and everything. And as the video progresses, I just fucking deteriorate. Anyways, moving on. And then he said, quote, play with them. And that he was, quote, having fun under his warm blanket. And when I said I was going to hang up, he then asked again. And then after, I asked if it was weird for him because of my age. And he said I was mature. And he loved it. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Oh my fucking god. That's so gross. This girl. Oh my god. She's a 16-year-old. She is a 16-year-old. And Dahvie is a 36-year-old man who said that he loved it that a 16-year-old girl exposed herself to him. I'm really happy people are bringing so much awareness to this because I wouldn't have found out. I can't say how happy I am that you didn't get caught in his abuse. He genuinely didn't seem like that. Besides, the times where he was inappropriate, which was so scary, after he would do something, he would act like it was normal to make it seem normal. Yeah, that is also a manipulation tactic, like he was pushing her out of her boundaries and then acting all normal because, he wanted to make it seem like this was normal when it's not. And I'm really fucking glad that she didn't got caught up in this abuse, but she did exposed herself to Dahvie and he's still out there. He's still doing this shit. Oh my fucking god. Now, something that really fucking bothered me after this is this. Pastel Bell actually reached out to Chris Hansen. The guy who is supposed to be investigating Dahvie Vanity and interviewing the victims? Yeah, she reached out to him. And like Chris Hansen says that he has these connections to the FBI. So this is important, right? We're talking about literally a minor, a 16-year-old girl. And it just happened this month. It just fucking happened. So Pastel Bell reached out to Chris Hansen. But you see, Chris Hansen didn't respond. Now she is not alone. Shannon from Creepshort talks about this in her video about Jeffree Star. And this is what she says.
And while I know that sounds dramatic, the reality of this situation is we're talking about legitimate crimes that have taken place. So all the screenshots, the links, the archives, the evidence, they actually matter in this case. This isn't just petty bullshit. It's also important for me to note that this information was sent to Chris Hansen, the man who is said to be heading up this online investigation, but so far we haven't heard anything back from him. There is evidence that Dahvie is currently talking to a 16-year-old girl who is in talks to fly out and meet him in July. This minor has been talking to Dahvie, a 36-year-old, for 3 years. Okay, this information again was sent to Chris Hansen because if he does in fact have a contact with the FBI or any of the authorities who are working closely on this case, and he's helping them on this case the way he says he is, then this would be greatly beneficial for them, and it would be genuinely helpful information to provide them so they could stop Dahvie from victimizing another minor. But for some reason, most likely because Nicholas Fiorio made a video talking about the flaws in his reporting, he opted to not take this information, not talk about it, and instead report on other things currently until the criticism dies down, which frankly is disappointing. Because of that, Tamimi took it upon herself to contact the authorities in this case.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Like, why isn't Chris Hansen responding to all of this? Why is he staying silent? And why haven't I heard people talk about this? Why isn't Chris Hansen responding to all of this? This is very fucking important. This just happened. This just happened. We're not talking about years ago. We're talking about it just happening. And we have evidence. And Chris Hansen didn't respond. And why aren't people talking about this more? I believe that this is important. And people should be talking about this more. So that is... Oh my god. What the fuck? What the fuck? Really? What the fuck? Now, because Chris Hansen didn't respond to all of this, Tamimi took it upon herself to report these to the proper authorities. Wow. Just wow. Like, I have so much respect for Tamimi. Tamimi is a absolutely wonderful person. Because nobody else stood up, she stepped up and reported these to the proper authorities. Great job, Tamimi. Like, I have so much respect for her. So something good did come out of this. Tamimi is an absolutely wonderful person, and I have now so much respect for her. So yeah, at least something good came out of this. I don't know whether, Dahvie will be charged or not. I hope that he is. But honestly, I have lost a lot of faith in the judicial system, Like, fucking hell, we're talking about the same system, which when it was found out that Dahvie was fucking minors, what did the police do? Oh yeah, they gave him a warning. They gave him a fucking warning. We're talking about the same system who put Epstein in prison, but not really because he was allowed to fly out to his estate 6 days of the week, during which he was undoubtedly fucking minors. So essentially, while Epstein was serving his sentence for fucking minors, he was fucking minors. So, I don't have that much faith in the judicial system. I'm very fucking cynical. So yeah, that's all that I have for this video. Like this video if you liked it. Comment your thoughts down below about what you think about this. Do you think that I'm wrong and that Dahvie will receive punishment for what he has done? Please tell me I'm wrong. Please tell me I'm fucking wrong. Anyways, subscribe to this channel for more videos. And yeah, do not touch your face. And also, I know that recently Onision has been uploading quite a few videos on his channel. But can I be honest with you guys? When I see this Dahvie Vanity situation and I see Onision fucking make another meltdown video on his channel, it just feels like Onision is just doing this to grab attention. And in contrast to the Dahvie Vanity situation, Onision doesn't seem like a big deal. Like, I know he is. Don't get me wrong here. But the contrast makes it look like Onision is just here like a screaming kid who just wants attention, So I don't know if I'll make a video on Onision or not. Not sure. I have another video coming up, probably on people who are selling CP on Twitter, and I have like a list of like people who are selling CP on Twitter. Like, I found a web of people who are selling CP, And I don't have a large following on Twitter, so maybe I'll perhaps make a video here, which is my largest platform, so that perhaps we can get those accounts down, because they're literally selling CP. They're not even like hiding it. They're saying that they are trading and selling. So yeah. So perhaps you might want to turn on the notifications, because that's probably going to be my next video. So yeah, that's all.